Right, everyone, welcome back to another video. This will be a Euro USD breakdown, a trade I took yesterday. I took 8.3% off it, which was 8.3 risk to reward. So yeah, I've jumped on, well, I'm on the daily at the minute. We'll just get straight into it. So we're on the daily. I'll zoom out a little bit. So as you can see, we've broke the daily push that pushed the low. We broke that. We broke the weekly. So we're in buys effectively. I am waiting for it to drop down to kind of these demand areas, but we'll get into it. So yeah, daily buys. So we're looking for buys. So let's drop to the 1 hour. So as you can see, we've got, if we look over here, we've got this massive wick, and this is barely penetrated it. So I was expecting it to go to basically sweep this. So we've swept this now. We've swept that wick. So we'll drop the sweep on there. And we've actually seen a chock, so a change of character on the 1 hour. So we've broke the candle that pushed the high, that pushed the sweep, was this candle here, and we've broke that. We've broke it with, if you go all the way along, we've broke it with a body there. Only just, but even then, all along, we've broke it with a body. So, it's having a world of its own right. So we then drop down, and we've left a bit of imbalance, and we see this. There's a little bit of imbalance, but just above all these wicks. So all these wicks are, to me, these are liquidity, and this is money that needs taken out. And just above this, we've left a lovely 10-minute order block, 10-minute supply block. So we're expecting it to basically buy into that order block and then sell off. So if we jump out again to the hourly, what I noticed was this big demand area. So as soon as we knew that we were selling, but we knew that we wanted to buy back in to basically to tap into this supply area and then drop to a bigger demand area. So we're coming in, we've hit this with the hourly. So we then drop down to the 10-minute. Let's just get these on. Let's get rid of that because you'll see them in a minute. Right, okay, I'm going to have to move that. So the next so we've tapped in. We've left this lovely decision candle. So I've then dropped down to the 1 minute then, because it's deciding what it wants to do. And we've got, so at the minute, the high that put the low in was this high. That's put this low in. That's created a mini sweep there. So we fast forward a couple of candles. Right, so what then happened was this area got swept only a tiny bit. But if we zoom in, here we go. So this area pushed this low, and then this area pushed this low. So then we move that to there. This is then the chock. This is the change of character. So nice and easy. We're just waiting for the market to tell us that it's changing around, basically. And to do that, you have to drop to the lower time frame to understand the higher time frame. So we've broke that, we've swept the lows, we've took the money there, and then we've took the money there. So then, there we are, the tool. So we can see a bit of a pullback. It's not enough just yet. That's a big pullback because that's took that previous candle. So then, simple as whack your 50% retracement tool on, and you could have either put your entry at the 50% and just cover the lows, maybe allow a little bit just for slippage and whatnot, and then set it there. So you could either do that, or just be a little bit patient and see what the next few candles throw. So by this point you might think you're too late, and then it starts to drop a little bit. We've not actually broke the high with body yet, so we're not worried just yet. And we've got a low here that might want to get, in fact we've now got a double bottom. So for you retail traders out there, if you were in this for a double bottom and you had a tight stop loss, it probably would have took you out on the next candle. So slight wick there. And then, yeah, that is a nice sweep. That looks like a purposeful sweep. So we've swept, 2 seconds. What's happening here? So basically we've swept all that liquidity there. So it will pull back into that area because that's a big wick for a 1 minute candle. You have to, the market's fractal. So you've got to think of this as, this could be a 4-hour layout, a daily layout. It will all look pretty much the same because of the way the market works. So, I mean, you could have got in there after that candle swept. That's fine. To be fair, I think I went for that, but at the time that I'd actually entered, like within a minute later, the next candle dropped into it. Yeah, that dropped into the wicked area, and then we're in, and then away we go. It's got a bit fast, but let me zoom out and we'll play it. In fact, before I play it, we'll just zoom out and I'll show you where I was aiming. So we're on the, I believe we're on the 10 minute at the minute. And do you remember me saying about that 10 minute order block? We're not on the 10 minute, we will be in a second. Right, so we've got this 10 minute order block that I mentioned earlier that we've left behind. And obviously I'm aiming to hit that and then it kind of do a reversal. So my targets were actually just past. In fact, we can jump on the large screen now. Let me move my ugly face out of the way over there for a second. There I am. I've appeared. So yeah, my targets was actually 9.5. So I wanted it to kind of just go a little bit past it. But so let me just play price a little bit. We keep going. We nearly tapped break even, but we didn't. Oh, let me go back a couple of candles there. There we go. Yeah. In fact, one more candles. To be fair, this is one of the nicest trades I've took. No no drawdown whatsoever. I've got it, yeah. So drawdown is where your trade goes into your red area, and this has no drawdown on it. So yeah, so my 10 minute order block was ideally the target. I wanted it to go a little bit past, just because I like to round things off. But yeah, as it tapped in, as it wicked about there, I closed it manually. I took 8.3% profit, and I risked a 1% on this. Most of my trades are 0.25, but I was pretty confident with this one. Not that I'm not with all of them, but at the time it just felt right, and I risked 1%, and luckily enough it paid off, and it gave me a nice 4-figure return. In fact, it was a 5-figure return on this, but I closed a 4-figure day because I had a couple of losses in the morning just before this. So to be fair, midnight I was on my phone. This was entered at 2 a.m. I was on my phone. I thought I'd have a look. I had areas of interest, and fuck it, I entered it. It was in my plan. I entered, and it paid off. So yeah, enough of me waffling, but that's it. So higher time frame, drop down to the lower time frame, wait for confirmation. I jumped in at just below the 50% mark, but you can jump in the 50% mark, and yeah, let it ride high. And I was expecting it to actually start sinking from this order block, but we'll play price on, and I'll just show you what happened in the end. So we actually wicked we actually wicked past the whole area and swept more liquidity, and then as you see now, it sunk. It completely sunk, which I weren't bothered because I'd already took my profit out of it. It obviously wanted to sweep this high, so there'd be a lot of stop losses above that high. There'd be a lot of money above there, and then yeah, we got in, we got out, we were happy. Yeah, boom. So hopefully you guys have learned something from that. Yeah, any questions, drop it below, and yeah, there should be some videos of popping up in the corner for my other videos. But yeah, drop me a subscribe, and if you can give me a follow, even better. Right, I'll catch you all on the next one.